governor's office extremely troubled by a photo with a suspect peacekeeper. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Find that headline at thecentersquare.com, where you can read about this photo that the governor's office shared on September 5th of the governor standing next to an individual wearing a Peacekeeper's uniform. What exactly are Peacekeepers? Well, it's a program that gets tax dollars to intervene in violence. And what they do is they get these grants, they take to the streets, they talk to young kids, they give, them direction, and then they try to steer them away from violence. There's several groups out there: Peacekeepers, violence interrupters. It's part of this community violence intervention program. Again, federal tax dollars used to go to that. The Trump administration trying to freeze those funds, but state tax dollars have been going to that to the tune of like $300 million plus to these community violence interruption groups. This is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Wake up with us each and every weekday morning here with the Center Square. All right, so let's jump right into this story. Again, this photo making the rounds, and CWB Chicago reporting that Kellen McMiller is a suspect in last week's deadly smash and grab burglary on Chicago's Magnificent Mile and faces murder charges. Before the crime, McMiller was pictured with Governor J.B. Pritzker at an event promoting so-called Peacekeepers, groups paid by tax dollars to help intervene in crime. Now, I reached out to the governor's office for comment, and they said that they are extremely troubled. They say that the governor meets with hundreds of people every week, and often he takes photos. They say they're extremely troubled to learn the individual is arrested for his alleged involvement in a serious crime, and we expect them to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Pritzker's office said the governor will continue to work at fighting crime and doing so with these Peacekeeper programs. It says that has a strong track record reducing violent crime by 41%, and he shared some link to a research article. Not everybody's on board with this. Former police chief for Riverside, Thomas Weitzel, he talked to Jim Talamonte about a different story of different peacekeepers being involved in violent crimes. Again, these are people who are meant to have tax dollars so that they go and intervene in crime, but they apparently, and we've seen this in the past, not just in the past couple of weeks, but even in previous iterations of this, these types of stories of individuals who are paid tax dollars to go and intervene in crime, and then they themselves are suspects in criminal activity. Weitzel says it's clear that this program is not working as intended.
When you see these individuals being arrested by CPD, and specifically, and they're also participating in violent crimes, I mean, what does that say?
Weitzel went on to talk about how this, idea that they're getting paid to go intervene in crime while committing crimes, it's a horrible outcome.
How about actually committing crimes while they're working? Or profiting from tax dollars? Because let's face it, it's a jobs creation program. That's what this is.
So you've got the critics out there saying these community violence interruption grant dollars are a waste, and they could go towards more police officers, more resources for law enforcement, and the like. I connected with Democratic State Representative Shawn Ford yesterday to get his take on the issue of these peacekeepers, and is the program worth it? Does it actually work?
Well, I think the violence interruption grants, the Peacekeeper grants, have proven to work not just in Chicago, but across the country, because what you find is it's a more holistic and collaborative approach. And so we know that even though crime is still in existence, it probably always will be, I mean, numbers show that the work that's being done by the Peacekeepers, it's working. And so the answer to that is it's a good investment. Could it be improved? I think it can, but I don't think that it should be ended. And I don't think that we should be looking to spend less. We should fine tune the efforts and make sure that we spend the money in the areas where we know violence is high.
And you've got Shawn Ford being in an area, west side of Chicago, where they've got concerns about public safety, and they want to make sure that violence is stopped, obviously. But what about these stories of, a suspect pictured with Governor J.B. Pritzker? Pull that picture up again. And what's interesting here is this is, reportedly committing Chicago crimes. Pritzker's calling for more funding. But this picture that ultimately was shared around, again, you can find this at thecentersquare.com. I went into my email archives to actually find the picture because the picture on the official press release posted online is no longer there. So this is from September 5th, and this is the online version, not the version that I got via email back on September 5th. So, picture of the governor talking about, a variety of things. He's meeting with community members. He's, speaking in front of others who are, looking at violence interruption.
We have one of the...
you've got, more pictures. And so, good array of pictures. But when I look at the actual email that I got from the governor, I printed a PDF of this morning. This is the email. And it does indeed have the picture that was taken off of what is now posted online. So you've got the picture there of the governor with this individual who's a suspect in that Mag Mile smash and grab that turned deadly. Interesting just to note that the picture was indeed taken down. But how the governor's office reacted, obviously, is they were extremely troubled that this individual was pictured with the governor, only later to allegedly be involved in a violent crime. Shawn Ford says, yes, some things need to be retooled with the Peacekeepers program and maybe some more checks on and verification of who is getting these dollars.
We have one of the priorities and one of our responsibilities as legislators is to appropriate funds and to hold those that are receiving grants accountable. So we have to hold grantees accountable for taxpayer dollars, and we have to make sure that the people that are getting them are qualified and have a strategy that is proven to work. And now, should people that have previous convictions that have been reformed be allowed to participate in Peacekeeper initiatives? I think that that's something that has proven to work here on the west side of Chicago, where we have people that have been in prison, served their time, have been reformed, and now they're out preaching to the young people that what they didn't work for them, and they could definitely prove to them that if they continue to break the law, continue to be on the wrong side of the law, that they will too find themselves throwing away years and years of their life. So many times you have politicians and parents that try to talk to the juveniles and those that are delinquent, but we can't connect with them the way people that are actually in that space. And so I don't shut the door on people that have had transgressions in the past, but I say that we have to be very selective.
Well, Shawn Ford, state representative, he's actually also running for Congress in Chicago. We'll likely be talking with him more throughout the election as he gears up to head to Washington, D.C., but always somebody who's very approachable and willing to go on record and answer these types of questions. So appreciate his time. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. We'll be watching what happens with the Peacekeepers program. Again, find the headline and the picture at thecentersquare.com. Pritzker's office extremely troubled by photo with suspect Peacekeeper. And you can get that photo in full res. It's a photo you paid for. All right, it's Illinois in Focus Daily, each and every weekday morning here with the Center Square.